Hey guys, it's Angelina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm actually getting dressed for a meeting today and I wanted to go ahead and test out a product with you guys. I wanted to test out the ERBORIAN CC cream. I have it in the shade Caramel and I actually did test this over on TikTok, but it was more so of like a first impressions. I didn't really do a wear test and I feel like today would be a good day because why not? I will be wearing it pretty much all day. I put my hair up in this little bun. I did my eyebrows and like my lashes and stuff, but obviously nothing on the base. So far I just prepped my face. I have a little bin of products that I've been testing and like trying to use more often, and I went in with the Innisfree all over the face, and then I went in with the eye cream, which looks like this. And if you guys have been watching my recent videos, you've already seen these, but that's what I have prepped under the eye and on the face. So this is what the skin is looking like. Honestly, pretty hydrated and dewy. I'm obviously still recovering from my breakouts and I have a new breakout here. It's just that time of the month, so like there's really nothing I can do at this point. But this has so much coverage. I have tried it before. It is a K-beauty brand and it has SPF 25. It's actually supposed to be made with ingredients that are good for your skin. And I don't know if you guys have ever tried anything from K-beauty, but it's really good for the skin, and I find that they just have really high quality ingredients for affordable prices, and they just always seem to work well with my skin type. I'm gonna do two different ways. I normally apply this with fingers, but this product goes on white and then it kind of transforms into matching your skin tone. I made the mistake of putting on way too much the first time I used it, and it's extremely full coverage, so that should honestly be enough for that part of my face. Literally, we're gonna start little by little. I'm gonna actually try this brush. This is my Merit Kabuki brush. I honestly love these brushes. And you can see as I'm putting it on, it's kind of blending into my skin tone color. I would say this isn't like my perfect match, but it's also not the worst shade for me. We're just gonna build slowly. And you guys can already see like it evened out my skin tone so much, and then compared to this side, you know, I have my discoloration, it's pretty shiny, and then this side is definitely, you can still see my moisturizer peeking through, but you can see it's like a little bit more matte and definitely more refined. So when they reached out to send it to me, I was like, oh my god, yes, because I've seen your stuff literally everywhere. And I just went in, just like blindly, I just did like a few of those lines and I was using my fingers. Oh my god, it was a mess. I was like, this is way too full coverage, way too much coverage. But I think that looks amazing, and I love the fact that this has SPF in it because, again, I just always like to add an additional layer of SPF to anything because I am tan, I live in Florida, and regardless of the time of the year, I know if I go outside, the sun is going to be beaming. So I'm going to use my hands on this side so you can get a feel. Again, we're just going to start with that much. I'm going to use my fingers this time. Okay, see how different that is? When you go in with that much product, it just like covered it instantly. And I do prefer using this with my fingers, but I mean, it's obviously messy. Can get messy pretty quick. I feel like you're really able to see how it changes colors up here because when you go in with your fingers, it's just a lot easier to maneuver. But obviously this side I went in with like more product because this side is looking a little bit more thin, and then this side I did have more to cover, so that's why I always say start with a little with this product. You don't want to go in with a bunch. And then you can see it's definitely like messy. So you can use your fingers, you can use, I would honestly only recommend a brush like this, and your fingertips, because otherwise I feel like a sponge wouldn't really blend this in properly. But you can definitely see the color difference. Like, it's too warm for me. And I think that's kind of like my issue with this as well, is like They sent two shades and I felt like this one is closer to me than the other one, but I still feel like it is a Korean product. The shade range isn't that great, but honestly it's workable. This is like a product that I can get behind. Orange, just a bit, so we're gonna definitely have to go in and, you know, fix things up, but I love the coverage. I love how affordable it is. I think if you're looking for an everyday product with, you know, coverage, this is definitely it, as long as you can find a shade or a shade that you can kind of work with, because in natural lighting, like, my chest is a lot more neutral than my face. Okay, so we're gonna go in and do the rest of my makeup. We have some time. I'm gonna go to my Yensa concealer. I've been trying to use this up, but it is also lighter, which is perfect because I kind of want to even out my skin tone with, you know, everything that we just did. And I will be using blush and stuff like that, but I am going to be testing some blushes in a different video. Just kind of did that to, you know, brighten up some areas. I'm honestly going to still go in with the same brush just to kind of, you know, I want it to be bright, but I don't want it to be overly bright. So that's why we're going to use the same brush. And if you're wondering, I'm not wearing any eyeshadow. I feel like whenever I do this look, people are always asking me, like, what shadow am I wearing? And fun fact, I usually don't wear shadow, and I just kind of do my concealer in this shape, and it makes it look like I'm wearing shadow for some reason. And I tend to use it for layering because it is, you know, a little bit too light for me. And there's just some days where I want a brighter concealer and then other days that I don't. Look at how good that looks with this. I feel like especially when my base is like a little bit too dark for me, I'll go in with a brightening concealer just to kind of balance it out a bit. I do have cream blush to test out today, so if anything, I'm going to just set the center of the face. I don't know what I want to use today. He's probably just gonna chill there because he likes to sit in the chair that I'm sitting in right now. I have, like, you see that, what material is that? It's like a fuzzy white material. It's like very trendy right now, and basically in my room right now, all the chairs that I have are that kind of material, and my cat is obsessed with it. I have like a little mushroom on the other part of my room that I like put clothes and stuff on, and he's always on it. He like throws my clothes off so he can sit there, and now he's gonna sit on this one. It's like a little puffy ottoman that I got actually from Walmart. I did a Walmart sponsorship over on, I believe, TikTok, or yeah, TikTok. So I got to work with Walmart and I got to pick out a few things, and that was one of the things I picked out. So really affordable, and my cat loves it. So if you have a cat, maybe he'll love it too. Ooh, I don't know if today's the day to test a new powder, but I do have a new powder. We should just test it. I don't know. Let's just test it. Why not? Because I need to use powder anyways. I have this new Bobbi Brown. I have this new Jones Road powder. It's a tinted face powder. I have it in the shade Light. So, we'll see. I mean, it looks kind of like a yellowy powder. I hope I like this one. Ooh, it's looking very yellow. But you know, why not? It's fine. I'm gonna use my sponge. It's actually pretty dirty, even though I washed it, but it's okay. I hope that this is blurring because it's what I'm always going for with powders. It feels super thin. Okay, just want to make sure it's not any glittery or anything like that. Oh my god. Oh my god, hold on. What? No way. That was very blurring. Oh my god. That was so blurring. I'm genuinely surprised. Not that I mean, honestly, I've loved everything I've tried from Jones Road, but it's just not a very hyped up brand. So I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I'm like, oh, like, I don't know if I want to test it because I don't know if you guys are going to be interested. But you guys, that looks insane. honestly, this compared to this, and the color honestly works pretty well for me. Also, this is probably the most finely milled powder. Like, you can kind of see it. It's so fine. It is. Okay, honestly, you guys know I've been freaking out about the Givenchy powder reformulation, but this might have just replaced my Givenchy powder because I have a ton of powders in my collection, and this has to be, like I said, the most finely milled and super blurring. I like the Huda Beauty one, but I feel like it's not thin. It's very much like a powder that has color and coverage, and sometimes I don't really want that. Like, I just want a blurring powder. I don't really want it to add a ton of color. And whatever's left, I'll just take it on the lid because I have oily lids. I know they have a few in-person locations. Not a ton. I think they have one in like New York City and like Miami and stuff. But I just wish that they were sold at like Ulta or Sephora because I feel like I see them being more of an Ulta brand. But the thing is, like, it's so much more accessible, and I feel like people would definitely, want to pick it up, especially because, like, in my opinion, Jones Road fits a part of the market that isn't really there. Which, if you guys don't know, well, maybe Bobbi Brown's original brand kind of fits this part of the market as well, but it's geared towards middle-aged women, I would say, and also just women with like skin concerns. Ooh, I am living for this powder. Anyways, that's it. I think that everything combined so well today. I am obviously gonna, do my other video and come back, but let's do a check-in. So it's like 11:49 right now. Again, I have another video to film, I have a meeting, and we'll be running around doing stuff all day. So I'll check back in, but this is what the ERBORIAN skin tint is looking like on me. It looks amazing. Hello besties, I just wanted to check in to show you guys how everything is wearing and how everything is looking. I think everything is looking really good. I obviously am wearing cream blush, so we might want to like kind of disregard that area just a bit because I'm wearing these Buxom collagen, what? Buxom Plump Shot Collagen Peptide Advanced Plumping Blush. These basically. And I just filmed a try on for these, so you guys are probably going to see the try on after this video goes up, but we tested a bunch of different shades. I also have the short form video that I'm probably going to put on TikTok and shorts. So that's what I have on the cheeks, and I also do have that also on the lips because I kind of wanted to see what it looked like, together. And I will say, like, the formula of the blush is really nice, but it does kind of dry down to be more matte. So, like, I put it on the lips, it was really dewy, and then it dries down more matte. I am loving it. The only thing I'm not loving is the shade. I think it looks okay in this lighting, and I will say I do think it oxidizes because when I was doing my blush try on, I was like wiping this area off and then putting the product on again. And I noticed like this area, because obviously this has been on longer, was a shade darker and more warm. Do I think that this color is good for me? I mean, I made it work. Like, I went in with some brightening concealer, some blush, did the whole thing. I don't think it looks horrible, but I mean, if you're really gonna pay attention to my chest and my face, this is very neutral. But it's really not that big of a deal, and especially because I think that this product is geared towards being good for everyday use. Most people probably wouldn't go so full glam with this. I think that what I like about this is that it's very buildable, but you can also wear it sheer down. So far, I have nothing bad to say. I have worn this through the day quite a bit as soon as I got it because it was super easy, and what I like about it is that the squeezy tube is very easy to use, but also you could just put it on your hands and rub it in. I've used the Misha BB cream, I've tried the Purito BB cream, and I want to do a video ranking my Korean products. Probably like starting with the base ones because I feel like those get so hyped, and honestly this might be up there with some of my favorites. I do think I need to retest my Purito one because the first time I tried it, I didn't have a good experience and I feel like I never tested it again. I just stuck to my Misha BB cream. You guys know when it comes to Korean beauty products, they're just still trying to become more inclusive, and I feel like recently, we've seen the Tier foundation come out, which I haven't tried, but they did a good job extending the shade range and creating this big, massive shade range, which is not something we see often with the Korean beauty product. I just hope that Misha takes some notes on that, and Purito, because I feel like they don't really have a huge shade range either. And I just hope that this means that we're entering a new era when it comes to Korean beauty products, especially because now they're starting to become popular in the Western market, and over here we have such a variation of skin tone. But so far, I'm loving it. I think it looks great. I think it looks great on camera in real life.